The Nintendo Switch 2 drought is over. That's right, you heard me right. It's actually staying in stock now, which I think is great news. If you want a Switch 2, guess what? You can have a Switch 2. And we're going to be covering it in this video, especially the article from The Verge talking about it. Obviously, the fastest selling system ever is staying in stock instead of selling out in minutes. No longer do you have to fight scalpers. Scalpers be gone. We're going to be talking about it in this video. Let's get into it. I'm Blaze2K, but first, like, subscribe, click the bell icon, check the links down below in the video description for some really cool Nintendo Switch stuff, especially micro SD cards, because you need a micro SD card, especially one with a lot of storage, because these games are getting bigger and bigger. Anyways, we love Switch 2. Let's get into it. I'm Blaze2K. Let's go. So jumping into this article from The Verge, you can now easily buy a Switch 2 without jumping through hoops. The fastest selling system yet is staying in stock instead of selling out in minutes. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Okay, I'm not going to win any Oprah Awards anytime soon. So perhaps we've been thinking the same thing, you and I, that there won't be a long-standing drought of Switch 2 availability after all. The console's been easy to buy online from several retailers this week, including Best Buy, Target, Walmart, and Amazon, which didn't sell the Switch 2 at launch and is currently selling it by invitation only. That's right, Amazon is now listing the Switch 2, which I'm sure a lot of people are happy about. One person in particular that joined our 24-hour stock tracking stream that was constantly spamming the Amazon link command. He was like, I got a gift card for my birthday to buy the Switch 2 on Amazon, but it's not listed on Amazon. Poor guy. He had a Switch 2 Amazon gift card that I guess his parents or family gave him to buy the Switch 2, and then little to his disappointment, he found out that Amazon wasn't even stocking the Switch 2 at launch, and it hasn't been for, well, over a month. Now it's finally listed on Amazon. I'm sure he is singing to the rooftops. The console's messy pre-order process and spotty launch availability made it feel like late 2020 all over again. When the PS5, Xbox Series X, and RTX 30 series GPUs launched in extremely limited quantities due to the component shortages. However, Nintendo appears to have adjusted the right dials to boost production quickly enough to meet US demand. The company reportedly delayed the Switch 2's planned late 2024 launch to build up stock. According to Nikkei, if that's true, that decision seems to have paid off for customers. The increased flow of consoles seems to coincide with the launch of Donkey Kong Bonanza. So obviously Donkey Kong Bonanza just got released. People are loving it. It's like a combination between Legend of Zelda, I believe Super Mario Odyssey, and Hulk Smash games from a different era, where you could smash everything, destructible environments. I think it looks really fun. I think it's caught a lot of people by surprise, this new Donkey Kong game. And obviously, Nintendo's latest launch, Switch 2, obviously has set sales records, becoming the fastest selling game hardware in US history, according to details from market firm Circana. They sold 1.6 million units within its first month in the US alone. It sold a record 3.5 million consoles globally in its first 4 days. 3.5 million. And that's kind of impressive considering how much skepticism there was about whether its high $449.99 price, $499.99 if you want a bundle with Mario Kart World, would turn away would-be buyers. I think people like to sound off on the internet. Obviously, the price was a little bit high. The US kind of got shafted a little bit in terms of pricing, because I believe in Japan, for the Japanese model, it was like $300 or something like that, around $300. So $450 to $500 for the US market. But if you blame it on tariffs or whatever, it was kind of pricey. I think a little bit ridiculous. But people bought it anyway. Didn't stop anyone. Everyone that sounded off, I'm not getting a Nintendo Switch at that price, at those game prices. No. Well, they went ahead and bought it anyway. A lot of YouTubers and influencers obviously they kind of say one thing and then they go ahead and do another thing. They tell you not to buy it, and then they end up going to buy it anyway themselves. So that's why you don't always listen to influencers. But yeah, if stock were tough to come by, we'd be anticipating some kind of update in the matter during Nintendo's upcoming August 1st earnings call. But thankfully, people across the country can now just buy one online without stressing about it. And I even remember, like, weeks ago, people were walking into their Targets and Walmarts and saying, "Oh, my store has like 3-4 units locked behind a window." There's not a shortage here. So it was very different depending on where in the US you lived. But it seems like, there's just more coming in all the time. The hype is sort of dying down now. People are getting Switch 2s. We're kind of used to it. We're past the honeymoon phase, and we're just looking forward to new games. So that's good. Anyways, let me know what your thoughts are. How many units does your local store have? Are you still trying to get your hands on the Switch 2? Let me know in the comments. Obviously, check the links down below in the description. Like the video if you love Switch 2 content. I try to post every day. And let's let's get hyped up about Nintendo Switch 2, the future of Switch 2, and specifically an OLED version of the Switch 2, which there's murmurings of leaks. We're going to cover that in another video. Anyways, I'm Blaze2K. Love you. I appreciate you. See you in the next one. Peace out.